Epilogue. Many, many years later. Oh, we're back here. We're in the desert. We're in the desert that we ended up at the end of the skip button ending. Let's head towards the sun. Head in the same direction as the storm. Head towards the moon. Head towards the sunrise. It's beautiful. The memory zone. It's in ruins. What's that? What is that? Is that the escape pod? That's the escape pod. Then does that mean Bucket? Oh, Bucket, you're back! You're back! Oh, Bucket, it's been so long. I've missed you so much. Oh, Bucket. Never leave me again, Bucket. A beautiful reunion. Oh. Cookie Nine's blog. Review The Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teemed with originality, The Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Completing all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve. Oh. Yes, the bucket is the best thing to come out of the Stanley Parable 2. Jim button. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambition, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. They all say Jim.
Jim.
Oh, that's the one I read. That's the one I just read.
Jim. Stanley. Stanley.
It said Stanley.
Stanley.
It said Stanley. Oh. Oh, 26 out of 6. Yay! Thank you for enjoying the new content. You're very welcome. This has been so enjoyable. This has been amazing. Come on, Bucket. Let's do one more. Hello again. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. I agree. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Ooh. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Grilled, more, a door to, Stanley's tiny, scary, outstretched, scorpion, hole punch, square, content, dash, escape. Stanley's tiny scorpion, that could be seen as dirty. More content. Just the Stanley Parable 3. More content. Let's see. Scary escape. Door to dash. Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. I like Stanley's tiny scorpion. I liked Stanley's tiny scorpion. The Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's tiny scorpion. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it! Good. Then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken trophy, did he? Ooh, of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The trophy machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. I know this is to adjust the brightness, but I like my games bright. I like my games bright. I don't like my games to be dark. I want them bright, so. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable 3. The Stanley Parable 3. Stanley's Tiny Scorpion. Oh, I love it. Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's Tiny Scorpion. I know that I did my intro extremely late, but it was all for the sake of this joke. Let's go ahead and jump in. And I do need to say, I have, let's see, I just did that one.
A man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a
Yeah, the balloons are still there.
He was employee number 4.
I'm going to adjust these. I'm just going to adjust the subtitle size, medium.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh. Shoot, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit... Oops. Okay. I meant to hit settings. I shouldn't have adjusted the main volume. I should have just left that one alone. Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I am going to leave that alone. I'm not going to take the bucket with me.
Stanley came
because
to
I have
two
two
open doors. He entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way
not
to the
this
meeting
time.
room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'm going to...
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Boom. Okay. This is one of the two endings that I didn't show off. Before with
Stanley
just
had now
Stanley.
gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Aw. Sorry, narrator. Except not really. But yeah, there we go. That's one of the that's one of the endings that I failed to show off with Stanley by himself earlier.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
I
a
won't
memo.
take the bucket again, as tempting as it is to grab the bucket. I want to grab the bucket, but I need to
When
do
Stanley
this
came
without
to
the
a set of
bucket.
2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single
I don't
minute
care
to
about
just
getting
let
through the
the
story, I just
narrator
want to get to
talk.
one specific
That kind of
spot.
anxiety isn't healthy.
I just want
So
this
he
door to open so I can get
relaxed
to
for
the
a few
elevator.
moments with some
I just
calming
need to
new
get to
age
the elevator,
music.
that's all.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright. Now, I know that this is how you get one of the endings. By the way, that ending that I showed off just before with the recording, that was the first time I had actually seen that. That was pretty funny. That was really clever. And it was really nice to hear them like riff on like the whole it was just a dream trope, because yeah, I hate that trope. That's so dumb.
As though he felt more free to think for himself,
but yeah.
to question the nature of
And this is another ending that I know you can get as just Stanley by himself. We did get this ending with the bucket before. We got this ending with the bucket before, but we never did it with just Stanley by himself.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen-eyed telling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
All right, let's keep it going.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know. It comes to me. It's just a gift that I've got. gift for storytelling. And I say in this story, we go back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
That's real funny. Is it the boss's office or is it the boss's office? Oh my god.
Oh my god. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
What? What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No,
What?
I need more time to process.
Wait, really? Oh my god. How much longer is this gonna go on for? Oh my god.
I have fully come to terms with it.
Have you?
Space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
Are you
As
sure?
before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. This is a funny one. This is a real funny one. I like this one.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Oh my god. Oh, this is too good. This is too funny. Back up we go!
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Huh?
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Yeah.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think, to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Now.
I
This is the
100% agree with that.
exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know. People look up to you. Which is why...
Yeah?
Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can
What?
talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes,
Aw.
I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Aw. Thank you, narrator. That's very sweet of you. All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How we did it. The pyramids. Live. The guy who went to Mars. I get the feeling that these are all, like, developers. Or, like, members of the team. I feel like these are all just members of the team. I feel like these are all just members of the team that all just, like, took photos and, like, that all just took photos for these posters. World peace baby, probably a baby that was born during the whole development of the Ultra Deluxe.
Yes, here it is, just through this door.
Stanley Parable, Stanley, tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the pedible. Stanley from the Stanley Parable, tonight, live on stage. A Q&A with the world's first sentient machine. All right. Before we go in there, I just want to like bring up what he was talking about before. Well, hold on. The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new book. Oh, we've got a successful book going on. Oh, cool. Anyway, what the narrator was saying about storytelling and about how it should be about growing a connection with the characters and not about like big action pieces and explosive drama in your face. I mean, that stuff is good too, but that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about the characters and you getting an emotional investment with the characters. That is what I have always believed as well, that the characters are the most important thing in a story. Not the plot twists, not the drama, not the action, none of that. That stuff is cool. It's good to have that stuff in your story as well, but the characters, you need to have characters that are deep, complex, realistic, thought-provoking, relatable characters. If you can do that, then it really doesn't matter what your story is, because people are going to follow it because they have a character that they want to see get through it. The character is the most important part of any given story. And it's ultimately the characters that drive a story forward. Not the other way around. It shouldn't be the other way around. It shouldn't be that the story forces the characters to go one place or another. It should be that the characters cause the story to diverge into one direction or another. That's the way it should be. That's what I have always believed. So even when I end up watching an anime or a movie or a show that is terrible and it has a horrible story or is horribly written or looks terrible, as long as there is at least one character in it that I can get behind and I can have an emotional attachment to, I will get through it fine. And I will come out of it and be like, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It's what allows me to have a more positive outlook on the media that I consume. I I am a realist. I often think the worst is going to happen, but pray for the best to happen. So when the best does happen, I'm even more happy because my prayers were answered. And when the worst happens, I'm not too broken up about it because I expected it to happen. It allows me to not focus on the bad. Being a realist in the way that I do it, allows me to not linger on the bad while still hoping for a brighter tomorrow. And I carry that kind of thought process with me whenever I consume media, whether it's books, movies, TV shows, anime, manga, whatever have you, even video games. As long as I have a connection with the characters, with at least one character, I will not think of it as a waste of time. I do not think of that stuff as a waste of time so long as there was at least one character in it that I grew emotionally attached to. And in that sense, I'm a lot happier with a lot of the movies, shows, animes, and video games that I've consumed. I'm a lot happier with a lot of it because I found ways to keep myself entertained in them. And I don't feel like I wasted my time with any of it. It's all valuable. Every single one of those is a valuable memory for me. Even the animes that I personally think are garbage, I still vividly remember, and they are valuable memories because they made me feel. Even though in some of those cases I don't care for any of the characters, but I do feel an emotional investment in how much I hate it. And so in that sense, I don't feel like I wasted my time with it. Even though I don't like it, I don't feel like I wasted my time. And that's just kind of the way I've always been. I'm not nearly as critical about this kind of stuff as a lot of people.
Are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
But yeah, that's just what I've always been like. That's what I've always done, and yeah, I just wanted to go on a little rant there to talk about that stuff. Anyway, to stage is that way. Stanley Ryder. Is that Stanley's last name? Stanley Ryder. Almonds, chair, gum, table, nut bar. Is that the kind of stuff that, like, I ordered? Welcome, Stanley. Stanley Ryder. Huh. Weird. Checkmark. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you come from. Your coworkers. Story. Stanley, me, Dad. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. You're a boss. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Break a leg, champ. Oh, we got 2 letters from our boss saying the same thing. Stanley. I can't. My true love for you. God, it's so blurry. It's so blurry. Something day you make me feel alive. Every day you make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. Up again, down again. The Stanley story. Wish you were here. The Freedom ending. Aloha from the Freedom ending. Narrator Airlines. Adventure Line awaits. I played the demo. 427 Mind Control Facility. I went to the Mind Control Facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. I love it. And then the chair 427. I can't tell what that second. I can't even tell what that second word is. And something account of ups and down, as well as downs. Highs and lows. Isn't that what love's about? 5 stars. Man. It's so hard to read. It's so hard to read that. Like the text is pretty blurry and you unfortunately can't pick it up. Whoa. Hi. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. The guy who went to Mars. Featured keynote speaker, the Lord, plus meet and greet. Oh, from the Heaven ending. Oh, hi. This one. An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. Oh, man. I would have loved to have met the guy who invented pizza. I mean, that was like hundreds of years ago, but, I still would have loved to have met the guy and just thanked him. Because I love pizza. Pizza's like one of my favorite meals ever. Oh my god, look at this! They love me! They really love me! Stanley's famous! Oh my god, that's so good. That's so amazing. I love that. I love that ending. That is so good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it be?
I'm going to try one more
meeting
time.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going to try one more time to get...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep.
Wow. Yes. This room. But eager to get back to business...
I'm going to try one more time to get the true ending. Without the bucket.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
I love hearing him rustle papers. That's such a neat addition.
He's taken to his
I love that.
apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll
I hope it doesn't freeze up
picking
again.
the phone is actually
I
somehow
really
an
want to
incorrect
show
course
this
of
ending
action.
off.
How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yep.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice.
Oh!
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense.
I know
and at no time
someone
should
who
you
did
make a
make
choice
that second
does not
choice.
conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack. Huh.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally,
8?
if you begin to wonder if your choices
That's
are
a
actually
lot of
meaningful
choices.
and whether
Oh, I
you'll
don't know if
ever
I
make
could
a
make that many
significant contribution
choices.
to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit
everywhere.
a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see
Exit.
what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh. Huh? What?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Fine. Aw, they took away the boards. I can't even jump down that way. Pope. Fine.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay, fine.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What's here, though?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that chair! Oh my god! Oh my god! Everything in there is all messed up! Oh no! Oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh no!
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Hey! I am 29 years old, sir.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But what if I go this way?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh!
Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Oh, we don't have a choice.
And always
It's gonna keep restarting until we go to the door on the left.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, narrator, let's go. Ow. Ow, getting a leg cramp.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah, I can't access the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Huh. The other stairs disappeared too. I can't access that. What about this? Nope, can't access that either.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
My most
of any
expensive
human life.
boss.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next
Sewage
to it.
Lilies
Surely behind this
by
door lay
Claude
all
Money.
the answers to his
Business
questions.
strategy.
And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer
Crate
just last
Blanche
week. Night Shark
found
115. Was this the
found
code to open the
Mont
door?
Blanc.
Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke
cute
the
dog.
code.
Cute doggy. None of the books have titles? Doesn't look like it.
Stanley spoke the code.
Oh.
Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. It's not working.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
It's not
You didn't
working.
mishear
I'm
me,
speaking
did
it,
you?
but it's not working.
Please speak the code into the receiver.
I am.
Otherwise we can't
I
get
am
on with the
trying, but
story.
it's not
This is
working.
a crucial.
Night Shark 115. It's not working.
Okay,
Narrator.
fine. You're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
Why is
You
this
could have
one?
done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me?
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Is everything all right?
And there we go. That is the
The story needs you.
true
Make a
ending.
decision. It
That
cannot
is the
be just
true
one. You
ending
understand
of
me?
the Stanley
Whatever choice you
Parable.
make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do.
It was the true ending for the original game, and
Choose
they made
something.
a different version of it with the bucket.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Aw.
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Aw.
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Aw, narrator. I feel bad. I feel bad for him. Alright. And there we go. Now, we still have 3 more. I will save those for the next episode, which will be the finale. The next episode, I'm just gonna have those 3 I'm just gonna have those 3 endings, and I'm going 3 endings as well as get the achievement, and I'm going to give my final thoughts on the game as a whole. So that's pretty much all that the next episode is going to be. So next episode is probably going to be pretty short, like maybe half an hour at most. But yeah, I don't want any of these episodes to be more than an hour long. So that's going to do it for this video. So join me next time for the finale of the Stanley Parable franchise. Alright, I will see you all in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good jazz, and I'll see you all then. Take care, everybody.